In this module, we're taking it back to diaphragmatic breathing. Now, this is the one and most important thing I teach every patient who comes to me. There's no way you can have mobility through your body unless you can breathe. So a lot of times our muscles get tense and really tight, not because we need to dig into it and release it, but really because we're just not getting that nervous system to calm down. And one of the greatest ways to do that is just by lying on your back and learning how to breathe again. A lot of times we talk about, mobility, we have to be able to squat like a baby, but we're forgetting the basic, most fundamental function of breathing. If you think about it, when you look at a baby breathing, its stomach is rising and falling, and it's really just so easy and able to breathe through its belly. And then over time, either through insecurities of not wanting your stomach to pop out, or you start smoking and you're using all your accessory muscles, or just in general, we're forgetting how to breathe. And now all of a sudden you think your upper traps and all these accessory muscles, which help when you're running or you're in deep breath, are really supposed to do the majority of the work. But when we're thinking of turning on the system and using all these accessory muscles up by the neck in order to expand the rib cage and to breathe, we're telling the body that we're in a high-level stress situation and we need help. We can't breathe. So now all of a sudden we're tapping into what's called the sympathetic nervous system all the time, and that's our fight and flight. You can imagine how much tone and tension is now in those muscles if we stay in that sympathetic nervous system. So instead, we want to try to tap into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and relaxation. This is where you get the decrease in muscle tone. This is where you get true mobility. One of the basic levels and basic ways to kind of teach your body how to breathe from your belly again is just to lie on your back. It's really nice sometimes if you stack a chair underneath you so that you have a 90-degree angle in your leg and helps to support the low back, or you can stick pillows under your legs or just put the legs up like this, okay? Lying on your back, what you want to do is place one hand over your belly, one hand over your chest. Okay, I really want the belly hand to be doing most of the work here. So I'm going to switch my hand so you can see better. I want this belly hand to really be able to rise. So when I breathe in from my nose, I'm going to breathe in using my belly. So if you can tell, my hand here at the top, I really don't feel much movement, if any. The main thing is this hand will move. It's still connected to your rib cage. It's still connected to your lungs, which are expanding. But the key is that you don't want it to start the movement. So you don't want your breath to be initiated here and then finish in your belly. You want it to come from the belly. After you feel like you've done well here and you've filled up your belly, see if you can fill up your lower rib cage. So sometimes I take a towel and I wrap it around. You can do it lying on your back, you could do it lying on your side, or you just put your hands, place them on your low rib cage here, and see if you can get the belly and the low rib cage to expand. The breath should also be a lot slower than what I'm demonstrating. You really want to breathe in as much as you can from your belly, breathe out, take twice as long to breathe out to really tap into that parasympathetic system. If you're going to do it on your side, what you want to do here is feel that you're going to expand from this lower rib cage here. So you breathe in. So you should feel this hand start to move. You can also wrap a towel or a band around you to see if it gets tighter as you expand and breathe in. A way to tap into feeling it in your low back is just by flipping over, going into a child's pose, and seeing if when you breathe in, you can get that low back to feel pressure and rise. after you've kind of practiced it with lying down on your side and in child's pose, really practice it sitting up too. This is functional, right? This is where we run, this is where we walk, this is where we do most of our movement is in an upright position. So being able to tap into the diaphragm in an upright position is really important. So you can go back to the basics just like we just did. You can do belly and hand, you could do low rib cage, and you can do belly and back and see if everything is expanding the way it's supposed to. Not only is it going to help with the nervous system, but it also helps with the core stability in general, okay? Our diaphragm rests up top. When we have full functionality of our diaphragm, and then when we're able to fully expand and compress into that core, it also compresses into your pelvic floor, so you're getting a natural contraction into that pelvic floor, also into the back and your multifidi. So you create a whole stabilization for your core stability.